Life has not been easy lately. In fact, it's actually been quite emotional. And when I say that, you might think that it's like a bad thing, and I would have used to have agreed with you. But the thing is, oh my god, I just brushed that the wrong way. The thing is that our emotions, they aren't the problem. And if you believe that your emotions are the problem, then potentially stay for this video, because this may actually help you understand what's actually going on. Your emotions are not the problem, and I will stand by that, because for a long time I believed that my emotions were the problem. I absolutely hated them, and I would consider myself a very deep feeling person, and growing up I wished I didn't have to feel anything. It was too much. It was too much, and I consistently told myself that I was then too much. So not only did I want to avoid everything I felt, I also shamed myself and judged myself all the time for feeling the things I felt. So that combination of avoidance and shame, it was beautiful. It was so lovely. I really appreciated it. No, it was a state of being that I lived in for a very long time. In the past few years, I have been deeply trying to unpack it, but only the past, I would say, 6 months have I really come to understanding of it. And the thing is that a lot of people still struggle to understand is that when you try to understand the things that you feel before you give yourself the space to feel them, you disrupt a very natural human process inside of you. You are meant to just feel. Okay, the mind tries to attach so many stories and narratives to the things you're feeling, and you start to judge and shame yourself for those emotions, or just for whatever it is that they're telling you, right? You feel emotions rise in your body and you instantly get frustrated, or you have a breakdown, or whatever it is. I'm not saying breakdowns are bad, I'm not saying frustration is bad. These are all normal things as well. But the issue is that when that happens, you also then try to understand what you're feeling. And when that happens, that happens because a lot of us are trying to control how we're feeling, because one, we're afraid of our emotions, we're afraid of what they mean, and we secretly judge ourselves for the fact that we are feeling those things, or the fact that we're in the situation that we're in, that those emotions are making it, that our emotions have been triggered by. So when we try to understand and intellectualize the things that we start to feel before we fully feel them. When I say fully feel them, I mean you're present with them and you're just letting them move through you. You're experiencing them, you're screaming, you're crying, you're doing whatever it is solely for the purpose of feeling and releasing, okay? A lot of people say that feeling is healing. It is one step to the healing, but it is a very important step. And when you skip this step and you try to understand before you feel, you disrupt the feeling. You don't actually get to feel what you're feeling fully. It gets stuck, it gets suppressed, and you become more avoidant, and then you become more shameful, because when you avoid things, girl, they're still there. They're still there. They're deep down inside of you, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger because you keep pushing it down, because you keep interrupting it with trying to understand what it is, because you want to control what you feel, because you are scared of it, because we're scared of what we can't control. Hello, we're fucking humans. But there's so many reasons for it, right? We'll have our own distinct patterns that relate to it. But when you can see that that is happening, I'm going to tell you what is actually needing to happen. We are needing, as humans, to let ourselves feel, just for the sake of feeling, to experience what it is, to be so present and to be so allowing. And I don't mean present in a very meditative sense. It can be for you. I just mean be fucking human and let yourself feel. Like, embrace it. Embrace the rage. Embrace the grief. Embrace the fear. Embrace the sadness. And I'm not saying that's easy. Girl, I know that's difficult. Hence why we have so many problems with it. But I'm saying it is normal. I'm saying it is natural. I'm saying it is human. You are allowed to feel. You're allowed to exist exactly as you are. Your emotions are too. How shit does it feel when you feel like you're not allowed to exist? That's how your emotions feel, because that's what you do to them. You don't give them the space to exist freely. Emotions are energies in motion. They are designed to move. They are designed to move through you. Okay, they are designed to be released. And the thing about the emotional processing thing, and the thing about understanding your emotions, is that understanding comes after. Have you ever noticed that when you do give yourself permission to cry, if you've given yourself permission to cry and you've released it, you've had a big sob, right? Don't you feel relief after? Don't you feel like, like just a weight has been lifted? That is the release. That is the release. And what comes after, I call emotional clarity. That is where the understanding starts to happen. That's where you can actually sit down with yourself and go, wow, like, okay, where did this come from? After you felt, where did this come from? Oh, I can see how this situation triggered this emotion in me. Okay, what patterns am I noticing about this emotion? What patterns am I noticing about my emotional response that's just happened, without judging it, just understanding, just seeing it, just allowing yourself to arrive at this point of emotional clarity. And when you're in this space of, I call this space of expansion, you have processed and felt your emotions, and you start to go, okay, I don't really like that situation that keeps triggering that emotion, and I don't like that story I keep telling myself when I'm feeling that emotion. You can start to see the unhealthy patterns that you have after you've felt and processed what you've needed to. And then in that same expansion space, with that emotional clarity that naturally arrives after you've felt what you felt and released what you've needed to release, as is naturally designed inside of you to do so, you can go, oh, well, I actually feel like I want to respond like this. I actually feel like I want to feel this way about this person, about myself, about whatever the fucking situation is, right? You are in that expansion space and you start seeing more. You start seeing clearly after the emotions have been released, because you have the space to do so, because everything you've been shoving down has finally moved through you. I'm not saying they won't come back again. That depends entirely on what you do after, which is, are you going to nourish yourself? Are you going to give yourself the support that you need after that release? Are you going to start telling yourself the things that you want to become, the version of you that you want to feel and embody and be, and the more of your life that you want to create, the more of you that you want to create in your life, after you've let yourself purge and just be human and just feel what you fucking naturally feel, as uncomfortable as it is, you get to start making decisions. You get to start having space to make consistent, conscious decisions based on, desire. The desire that comes through allowing yourself to have the space for it. Because when you keep shoving stuff down, that shame, because yes, it's shame, and then it's guilt, suppresses the desire. So you won't access that desire until you've released the shame. You won't access the version of you that you want to become until you have allowed yourselves to feel everything that you don't want to feel. Because yes, in order to know who you want to be, you have to feel and process and experience who you don't want to be. That is the only way that it happens. And if you allow yourself to stop interrupting your emotions and stop trying to analyze and understand and intellectualize everything, and I'm not saying it's easy, I'm saying it's also human, but you've been conditioned to do that because you've been told that your emotions aren't safe, or you've had experiences that have made you feel too much. Guess what? It is amazing to be too much. I am too much and I fucking love it. But I've learned to love it. And the only way that I've learned to love that about myself is by experiencing all of myself up until this point in time. Because there's more of me to experience today, there's more of me to experience tomorrow, and so on and so forth. But this is a process that I teach. This is a process that is coming to everyone, that I'm developing, because people need to know this shit. But people need to practice this shit. Knowing, again, awareness, great. But if you can't apply that awareness to decisions and change and embodiment, then it's nothing. It's just the cycling that keeps happening, which is the cycle that you're likely stuck off. So if you're wanting this kind of change and you're making sense and you're connecting with what I'm talking about, then girl, just you wait. There is something very, very special and very, very powerful coming to support you and hold you in feelings that you have not felt supported by, in feelings that you haven't felt supported to feel and process. And I understand it. I was there for the majority of my life. But the past year, the past few months intensely have been so freeing, because I finally practice this framework again and again and again, and the relief and clarity and space I now have to choose differently, because I've let myself be naturally with my emotions. I've let myself be human. It's everything. I don't even have the words for it. It's everything. Anyway, I was meant to do a whole makeup and that didn't happen. I love you, and I hope